What is going on, everyone? Well, it's been a few weeks again since I've posted any content, and I'm really sorry about that. The weather's just been gorgeous, and I have been outside a lot and just busy working on farm projects. So I just finished the chicken coop. Actually, it's all done. The building's done. I just need to get electricity out to the building and the fence built, and I'm gonna have laying hens by the end of the month, hopefully. So anyway, I had a question regarding how to build an ass. How do you build the back end? And that was something that when I first started in the sport was not a forte of mine. And it took quite a few years and sweat, blood, and tears to really grow my glutes and my back end, my hamstrings and whatnot. And it's been said that you can really tell who the dedicated competitive bodybuilders are when they turn around on stage and what they're showing in their rear end and their hamstrings. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep it short, sweet, and to the point here, and we'll go right to the next set of clips, which will show you my favorite movements that have stimulated my glutes the best. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right to it. Okay, so the first movement here that we're going to see is deep squats. Now what you're looking to do here is you want your feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit further, and then you're looking to go down into a squat stance and drop your ass all the way to the floor, as low as you can go. The lower you can go in this movement, the more you're going to engage your glutes. So that's really what you're looking to do here. Just do a squat movement, but you're looking to go way past parallel and as far as you can here. So it's really a double movement. You're going down, you're holding for about a second or so, and then you're going to try and the important thing to remember too is when you're coming back up is to really drive those legs back into the starting position. Okay, so now we're going to see the exact same movement here, but we're going to see it just from a different angle. You saw it from the back end, no pun intended. Now you're going to see it from kind of a side angle, and it's the same exact thing. Feet, you want them about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, and then you're looking to just go down as far as you can go with your ass to the floor, hold it for a second, and then drive back up into the starting position. And like I said, the lower you can get into that position, the more it's going to engage your glutes. Okay, so the next movement is going to be stiff-legged or straight-legged deadlifts. These are essentially a type of variation of deadlifting where you're keeping the knees straight as you go down. And what you're going to want to do here is you start out in your position, once again, feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. And then what you're doing is the first movement is to lower the bar, just quite literally just move the bar down, let the bar, its weight go down, and then push your ass out, keeping your legs straight, like you're stretching your hamstrings. So when you go, and once again, this is another double movement. When you're going down, you're really engaging more your hamstrings. You're getting that, you'll feel that stretch in your hamstrings. But when you're coming back up, look at the double movement right here, up, and then you thrust forward, which engages your glutes. So that's where the double movement comes in here. And then once again, we're going to see it from a different angle. It's the same exact thing, just from the back end, pun intended. But it's, once again, you naturally just let the gravity do the work when you're going down. The bar should go down. Let your ass, push your ass out so you keep your back as straight as possible, and you should, like I said, it's kind of like stretching your hamstrings. And when you bring it back up, you're thrusting forward at the top of the movement. so that you're flexing your ass so that you really engage your glutes. So it's a double movement. You're hitting your hamstrings, and then on the top end you're hitting your glutes. Okay, now we're going to see, it's a different variation of stiff-legged deadlifts. These are called good mornings. And it's kind of a variation of squats, and it's a variation of deadlifting. Once again, it starts out like a squat. Same exact thing. Feet, you want them about shoulder width apart and maybe a little wider. And then it's the same movement like a stiff-legged deadlift, except the bar is going to be on your shoulders now. And the first movement is to kind of let gravity do its thing. As you roll forward, you bump your ass out, you keep your back as straight as possible, and you should be feeling that stretch on the way down in your hamstrings. And as you come back up, it's the same exact principle as those stiff-legged deadlifts. When you come back up at the top of the movement, you're going to thrust your hips forward, and you should really flex your ass there. So it's a double movement. You're hitting your hamstrings on the way down, and you're really hitting your ass at the very top of the movement. So it's great for your back end again, your glutes and your hamstrings. Weight is not important here. Form is key. You don't want to hurt yourself. So keep the weight low if you can. And this is just, I think, yeah, this is just another variation, a different angle, a side angle of. Yeah, and I'm glad I did that. That's a side angle of those good mornings to give you a different perspective on it. So again, let the gravity move you forward, keeping your back straight. You bump your ass out as you're going down, like you're stretching your hamstrings, keeping those legs straight. And when you come back up to the top of the movement, you thrust your hips forward and flex your ass. So like I said, you're working two things at the same time, your hamstrings and your glutes. Once again, to reiterate, you don't need a lot of weight on this. This isn't like heavy squats or something. I mean, right here, I'm just using a 45-pound straight bar, and I'm getting a good stretch just with that 45-pound straight bar. These are cable glute pull-throughs. And this is, once again, it's a double movement. When you're going down, so again, you're keeping your legs straight, your back as straight as possible. You're really getting a great stretch in both your hamstrings and your glutes. But when you come up, when you pull back up, you thrust up and you thrust your hips forward and you flex your ass. So once again, you're really getting a great stretch into your hamstrings, and you're getting a great pull in your glutes. Stimulation, that's the word I'm looking for. You're getting great stimulation in your glutes. So it's kind of like a stiff-legged deadlift. It's just a different variation. It's a different way to isolate it and work it. Okay, this next one is going to be glute hip thrusters, I believe. Yes. And so what you're looking to do here is, once again, put your back and your shoulders on a utility bench. Put the bar onto your kind of your pelvic, your hip region there, and move it forward so that you're naturally in kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a weird position, but what you're looking to do is drop, once again, let gravity do its thing, let the weight drop your butt to the floor, and then thrust up. And when you get to the top of the movement, flex your ass. Again, notice the theme here, flex your ass. And this is one of my favorite glute exercises. I mean, this works both your lower back and your glutes. Now, I had to fix it. The last thing I want is a hernia. The last thing you want is to bop your boys up there on, crush them on the top of this. So, apologies, but that's just part of being a guy there. But this is one of my favorite glutes. Once again, it works your lower back, but it really, for me, it hits my glutes really hard. Now, the important movement, when you go down, you're really stretching. Once again, you're going down in the movement, you're stretching your hamstrings. The important part of the movement for your glutes is the top. When you come up to the top, you almost want to overextend your back and, once again, flex your ass. And that is really going to hit your glutes. For me, it's like I said, when I was going through COVID, before I built this, and I was building my gym, and I got sick of waiting for machines to open up, I finally built this. I was missing hyperextensions. So this is going to be another variation of hyperextensions. These are top holds. So the bottom, I got to fix the boys again. The bottom of the movement is where you're starting, really. So you're going to go down here to the bottom where you're stretching your hamstrings. And then the top of the movement, where you come up to flex your ass at the top, you're holding for about 2 seconds. And you're really holding and flexing. The point is to flex. And that's what's really going to stimulate those glutes. So down and immediately up and flex that ass. Hold it for 2 seconds. And you're going to be, your ass is going to be on fire by the time you're done with these, with an entire 4, 5, 6 sets, whatever you want to do. But yeah, this is one of my favorite glute exercises. You're also working your lower back, you're also working your hamstrings. So, and then when you get to a point where you can use weights, you can do these weighted. So, there you go. So you got to see quite a few movements which worked very well for me, which I know to stimulate my butt the best and have helped to grow it into what it is today. So once again, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point here. If you have any other questions, throw them down here in the comment section. So anyways, as always, thank you to all the subscribers, all the followers, and all the active participants for the channel. Love you guys. You guys are great. Throw the video a thumbs up if you liked it. It helps promote the video and gets it out to other people. I already mentioned the comments. You know what to do there. Share it with those who might gain some benefit from the content on the channel. And as always, if you're gaining benefit from the content on the channel, don't hesitate. I'll throw the button up here for you. I'll make it easy for you. Subscribe. That way you're always notified when I upload new content. Speaking of uploading new content, I'm going to be back here now at home for a few months. I'm not planning on doing any traveling. So I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more content on a more frequent basis than I have been. So once again, my apologies about that. We should be back to kind of maybe uploading at a normal pace again. So anyway, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay positive. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.